Hi there, this is Sandra with the Mortgage Center. Welcome to our regular Thursday Facebook Live. One of the things that we have changed is we're going to be doing them once a month, and we're going to be covering some really cool topics. I usually have a special guest, but because it's August, I feel like everybody's on vacation. So we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the government incentives for first-time home buyers. And there's a couple of ones that we already know what they are. So for example, some of the provincial government has a couple of first-time homebuyer incentives, and they are with respect to the land transfer tax rebates. So in the province of Ontario, for example, there are closing costs when you buy any house, the legal fees and the provincial land transfer tax. And if you're a first-time homebuyer, you can receive up to $4,000 worth back as a rebate on the provincial land transfer tax. So it's not like a refund that you would get back, let's just say when your income tax returns. It's actually a rebate. So the question I often get is, a lot of times we have people that require co-signers. And when there's a co-signer, you know, they say, well, they already own a house. Like, how can we get a refund? Or a rebate is apply in my house. And so what happens is the lawyer registers the property in something called tenancy in common, not joint tenancy, just like you would with a partner or a spouse. So when the house is registered in tenancy in common, the house is actually divided in 100 shares. And you and your partner, or just you, own 99% of the shares of the property, and then your co-signer owns 1% of the share of the property. And then what happens is you have to pay you get a refund on or rebate on your provincial land transfer tax, but your co-signer has to pay theirs. Usually it's very minimal. It's somewhere in the area. It could be as low as $20, depending on the price of the house. It could be as high as $50. Okay, so that's a provincial incentive in Ontario. Some federal government programs that are coming down the pipeline, or that already exist actually, is under the home buyers plan. So they, in 2019, just recently, they increased the amount that you can withdraw from your RSPs from $25,000 to $35,000. And so if you have money sitting in your RSPs and you've done a good job at saving that, and sometimes employee benefit programs allow you to withdraw the money from your RSPs, you can withdraw up to $35,000, which is amazing. So how does that work? And you can apply that towards your down payment. So how do you repay that? Well, you have to repay it over 15 years. And I just did a quick calculation. And what would happen is you would have to pay about $2,300 back, generally over 15 years. And the last government program that I'm pretty excited about, because they're going to launch it on September the 2nd, and it is for closings that are happening after November the 1st. So you can apply for the program after September 2nd, but it's not for purchases that are actually closing until after November the 1st. And it's under the National Housing Strategy. And I was just looking this up online, and they have the government of Canada just actually has some amazing resources. You just want to look under the National Housing Strategy First-Time Homebuyer Incentive Program. And I have the documents with me, and I will share that link with all of you. So the criteria is that you have to put a down payment. And so a minimum down payment is 5% of whatever the purchase price is. And then the maximum, the government will lend you, it's an interest-free loan, but you have to pay it back, 5 to 10% of whatever the purchase price is. So for example, and then the other criteria that you want to be aware of is that the maximum income that you have for household income, including co-signers, is $120,000. And what's really cool about the program, and I'm just looking at some of the statistics on it, is actually it's a shared equity program. So you share in both the upside and the downside of the market. So if, for example, you purchase your house and the house appreciates in value, and when you refinance or resell it, you actually have to pay back 5% of whatever that property is worth if you got 5% originally when you put the money down. So it's a really neat program. I think we're going to see a lot of this activity in the Guelph, Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge, and if you do have any questions about it, please contact us at skipthebank.ca. You can click on contact me, and those messages come directly to us. So love to talk to you about buying your first house. Looking forward to chatting with you. Bye for now.